In the last video, we have seen what Hugging Face offers. And in this video, we are going to see how we can interact with the Hugging Face using the library called Hugging Face Hub. So this library is provided by Hugging Face itself, and it allows us to interact with the Hugging Face programmatically or from our CLI. So this is basically a Python library. When you install this Python library, it also installs CLI on your machine. So you'll be able to interact with the Hugging Face through the CLI as well. And this library provides a simple interface to interact with Hugging Face. It allows you to easily download, upload, and manage models, datasets, and other files hosted on Hugging Face itself. Just to be clear, in this video, we're not going to cover all of the different options available with this library. We're just going to scratch the surface. The main goal of this video is just to expose you to this library so you'll be able to go and explore this on your own time. Okay? So first of all, we need to install this library. And for installing this library, if we go to the documentation section of Hugging Face, you'll be able to see this section called Hub Python Library. So this is the library that we need to install. And in order to install this, you can go in here, you'll be able to find the installation instruction. So you can follow this installation document and get it installed. For example, if you're using pip as your package manager, then you'll be able to install it using pip. In my case, I am using Conda, and I'm going to use that to install this library. Let me switch over to terminal now, and I'm going to install this library using Conda. So for installing this library, you'll say Conda install, and you need to choose the channel, and the channel is going to be Conda Forge in my case, and you need to specify the library name, which is Hugging Face Hub. Now I have this library already installed on my machine. So when I press enter, it won't do anything. It will just verify that I have this library. It will be sort of like a no op on my machine because I have this library already installed. But if you don't have this library already installed, it might take even few minutes to get this installed. Okay. As I said earlier, you can see that the library is already installed on my machine. So I'm free to use this now. So there are two ways to use this library, like I said. One, you can use it from the Python program itself, or you can use it from the CLI. Let's first see how we can use this from the Python. So in order to demonstrate that, I'm just going to use IPython, which is basically a console-based notebook. I have this IPython already installed on my machine, so I'm just going to use it by typing IPython. Now, I am in the IPython session, and the first thing I need to do is I need to import the Hugging Face Hub library. And for importing this library, we can say import Hugging Face _ hub, and I'm going to import this with an alias called HF. Okay. Now, this is imported. Now, in order to interact with the Hugging Face, we first need to log in. Okay. So to log in, we can use the login function. So we just need to say HF, which is the alias that we used for importing this library, and login. Now, when I press enter, it is going to ask me to enter the access token. We can actually copy this access token from your account section within Hugging Face itself. So let me switch over to the Hugging Face portal and copy this access token. Now I am here in the Hugging Face portal. If I go in here, we'll be able to see access tokens here. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to ask me to confirm my password. So I just confirmed my password. You can see here that I have already created some access tokens. So rather than creating a new one, I'm just going to copy one of the existing tokens. So to copy existing tokens, I can invalidate the existing token. So when I do that, it is going to show me a new token. And this token will be displayed only once. So you need to make a copy of it, and you will not be able to see the token value again. So when I press here, it is asking me to confirm, and I'm just confirming. It immediately shows me this token. So this is a secret token. So I have copied this token now. If I go back to the terminal, I can paste the token here. Now it is asking me if I would like to add this token as a Git credential. I'm going to say yes. Now I am logged in, and we can see the logged in session using this whoami function. Because we are using HF as an alias, I'm saying hf.whoami, and it has printed all the details like my account name and my email address and everything. Okay. So this proves that we have actually logged in using my own account. Okay, now let's see what we can do with this library. Like I said, I'm not going to cover all the things that you can do with this library, but let's see just one of its capability as an example. So I'm going to show you how you can download a particular file from Hugging Face repository. So for that, let's first go and locate this particular file in Hugging Face itself. So I'm going back to the Hugging Face portal, And in here, if I go to my profile, you'll be able to see all the models and data sets I have published. Okay, so I'm going to go into this particular dataset repository, and within this repository, if I go into files, you can see all the files available in this particular dataset. And one of the file is this readme file. So this is the file we are going to download using this Hugging Face Hub library now. Okay, so let me switch back to the terminal. So I'm going to say hf.hf_hub_download, and then I'm going to specify the repository ID. Then we also need to specify the file name. Then we also need to specify the repository type. And in our case, the repository type is the dataset repository. Now, if I press enter, this is going to download this particular file from the repository to my local machine. And as you can see, I already have this particular file cached on my machine. But if I'm downloading this for the first time, it will be pulled from the actual repository. Okay, so this is how easy it is to download files from Hugging Face repository using this library. And like I said, I'm not going to cover all the features, but I hope this has given you some idea in terms of what you can do with this library. Okay, let's now exit this IPython session. Like I said earlier, we can also use this library from command line interface. And to use this from command line interface, we need to use Hugging Face-CLI command. And as you can see here, it has printed the usage information. Okay, now let's log in from CLI. In order to log in from CLI, we just need to type Hugging Face CLI and a sub command called login. Now it is asking me to paste the access token. So I'm going to paste the access token that I have copied earlier. Now it is asking me if I need to add this as a git credentials. I'm going to say yes, and it has added the token. Now I am in the logged in session. So in order to confirm that, we can say Hugging Face CLI, who am I? So this is one of the sub command, and this command is very similar to the function that we have seen earlier. So now if I press enter, this is going to show me my account name. So in this case, my account name is CodeBot, and as you can see here, that is printed here. Okay, so there are many useful commands that are available for us to use from Hugging Face CLI. I'm not going to cover all of them, but one of the interesting thing is we can actually print all the environment information. So if I say Hugging Face CLI and env as a sub command, this is going to print all the environment information. So as you can see here, it has printed my Python version and what is the account I have used for logging in and all the supporting libraries that I have installed. In my case, I haven't installed any supporting libraries. So it basically prints all the environment related information. Okay, now if you want to log out of your logged in session, you can say Hugging Face CLI logout. This will log you out from the current session. Okay, so that's it. This is basically a very useful library that will allow you to interact with Hugging Face programmatically and also from your command line interface. Okay, I hope this video is useful. Thank you.